Greetings, everybody. Amar here, and I just want to look at the zone dynamics that occurred with the win by Lucky Ducky. And this is the zones. This is the first zone, second zone, third zone. Okay. Now, in her particular win with the 4, 11, 12, 21, 22, this zone did not come out. Okay, now that's contrast to my last set. My last set, you can see that these zones here were not coming out, right? So I predicted this here, and I was looking for the 14 in a flag. You had a 5, 1, 2, 1, 5. It didn't occur, all right? The 14 stayed out till 15 games, all right? So this was my previous workout, so I have updated since, and the most current workout is here. Okay, so I can see here that this group where I was looking for this group to not score, it took, I believe, around 11 games. But if you look over here on this side, okay, it was, I believe, here 19 games, okay, where this zone was scoring, right? It's like almost like a reverse pattern, complementary pattern. So you had no numbers come out here, no numbers come out here, and then after 2 games, no numbers came out here. Okay, so this is where you had the adjacent. Here's the 4, and you had a neighboring pair here. Okay, so my guess is that the best way to reproduce a jackpot is to go after the pattern that you previously got lucky on, and not necessarily to go for it dogmatically, but you have to know that pattern inside and out, okay, or just know it by heart. So like here, I was doing this pattern, and I was looking for the 14. Now the 14 came in here, and now it's in a reverse pattern, okay. And I was also going with the 19. So I may run this set again if I'm lucky enough to play. I am going back to New York this week, hopefully. So I might run the exact same set looking for the exact same pattern because this was a cold period. Now, I do use another chart here to illustrate this same kind of dynamic, and it's over here. Okay, I hope you can read this right. Here again is the win. Here's the numbers here, 4, 11, 12, 21, 22. And you can see that no numbers came out here. So after this long exhaustion of 19 games, you had a repeat. Okay, the repeats I usually put it with a little black, so I'll mark that here. And then you had another, the zone did not show after 2 games, and now you're at 2 games again. So you're at a 2-2 bottom. So in my opinion, okay, that would be a good idea to focus on that same pattern, which means then you could filter down your wheel selections because you don't need to put any numbers higher than 26. Okay, now if you look at the drawing sense hit chart here, you can see that there's some good symmetry going on here. You have this is the 8 over here. Okay, and the 8 is, the pattern is 19, 4, 6, 6. So you have perfect symmetry with the 8. Okay, and then if you look at the 26 here, you have perfect symmetry 3, 3. Okay, and also 8, 26 is the top pair. Another top pair I think is 15, 26. Keep in mind also 15 likes to repeat in the reverse flag position. So you have the 21, you have here 21, 10, and then 4. So that's a reverse cascade. 21, 10, 4, that's the reverse flag entry, and it could repeat here. So that's something to consider. And then also looking at the 4, okay, you had a long skip here, 15, and then you had a hot skip. So you had 15 and then a hot skip, and then you had an upstroke here. But this is a a longer skip. So this is I'm going to say long skip, and this is a hot skip. So you had a long skip, or let's say you had an up, down, up and a hot down. Then you had an up and then a hot down, and then you had an up, and now you're in that hot down position again. So I would think, or I would suggest, to consider playing the power number 4 again for skip 2 and for skip 3. Okay, and then just put it in a balanced wheel at skip 4, skip 5, and maybe if you want to do a power number again at 6, you'll have the 6-6. But that's that's the secondary anticipation. The first anticipation is to get the hot skip here on this 4. So right away you have the 4, you have the 8, you have the 15, 23, this 9, I'm sorry, not this 9, this number 10 here. You can see you had a 6, 0, 9, 1, and now you have the 9. So if you look at it in reverse, you had the hot skip here, and then it went long, and then hot skip, and now you're looking long, or cascade. So I think, and I put this red here to indicate, to guess that this zone is not occurring. Now, in that case, I guess you'd have to, manage what you want to do as far as budgeting. But you could reduce your budget and, let's say, do $20 for 2 days, and that covers the skip 2 of the 4 and the skip 3 of the 4. Okay, because certainly you don't want to start, going haywire with betting too much. But so anyway, that's just my recommendation. So that would be the best pattern to look for. And again, that's based on this pattern here, where you can see this is zone 3 here. You had a little streak here, all right, and this is the numbers that came out over here. It was 17, 20, and then no, it's not. That can't be right. Is that right? 17? No, it's not right. Z3. No, it is right, because it was only in the middle zone there, right? 17, 20, 21, 24, 26, and then over here again 6, 10, 11, 12. You had no zone there. So this is what I'm seeing. Okay, is that when you had no number score here, you had 4, 11, 12, 21, 22, and that some of these numbers will come back when this zone decides to not show again. So if you sat around this long for the video, I hope that explains everything. I tried to get everything out pretty fast because I understand you're a busy gal. So I'm gonna forward this also to Papa Bear and see if he looks and see how he thinks about that. Now his pattern, okay, was no 20s. All right, so this would be no 20s. So also that's another pattern. That's actually the chart that I'm working on. Okay, and that shows where is it? Where I haven't actually updated the data, but it also had a exhaustion period here of 13 games. All right, and this is the one where I actually texted him. I said, looks like no 20s are going to come out, and I was a day off because there was no workout. But then it looks like no 20s again, and I think I don't know, he didn't respond to that. That was what I said in the text. Look for a hot skip with the no 20s. See, the problem is that I saw this no 20s thing, and then I also saw this no zone 3. So you get these conflicting patterns, and you have to decide which one you want to go with. So since this came in here, right, you had this repeat. Maybe that'll suggest that the 4 will come out. So that's my recommendation, is the 4 power. It doesn't have to be a huge lot of lines. Just try to use the best sums of the skips, and of course when you have no zone 3 here, no numbers from 27 to 39, you're gonna have naturally a low sum. Okay, so that's a little contradictory to what Gail says in the book, is to have a good sum. 70 I wouldn't say is a good sum. That's why it's in red. The normal sums are usually between 75 and 125. But that also, you can see that this red, the low sum here it appears to be also in a flag formation. I do track that somewhere else here. Like I hear the A would be the low sum, and I would show like that flag because it also goes cold and comes back. And you can see I haven't been paying attention to here, but you can see also here, okay, here's a low sum A, which is sum 70. This is the combination 2, 7, 8, 21, 32. And then you had 28 games without a low sum, but then you could see the low sum went into a hot and hitting pattern, right? We had all these low sums. So basically all the variables go into flags. There's like an infinite amount of flags to quantify. That's why it's hard. But I think that the best way to duplicate a win is to go after a pattern that you've had success with done in the past, and this certainly would be a success. And you certainly have the 2. This is the pattern. Is the skip again is what I think was it 19, 19, 0, 2, and now it's 2 again. So let me know what you think. I'm gonna run some extra filters in Advantage Gold and in Plus if I can get my Plus to work. It's the auto updater has been bugging me, and I gotta get my key to get it on this computer so I can look at it over here. But anyway, I'm gonna upload this video and I'll text you and let me know what you think. All right, so good luck and talk to you guys soon.